This'll hurt you more than it hurts me!
行くわよ。
4000年の重み。
知るがよい。
安心しろ。すぐに終わる。
What is going on, my family, man? Your boy D is back, and I'm here, man. We're gonna talk some real VF shit right now. Now, what I want to talk about is the characters and certain characters that are in Virtua Fighter, not really Final Showdown, but you know, Virtua Fighter franchise as a whole, that remind me of either like past artists or past media material that, you know, that got me into playing the game. Now, I've said in the past that Virtua Fighter characters are the influential core to a lot of other fighting game characters throughout the FGC. That is a proven fact. But the Virtua Fighter characters, to me, also remind me of a lot of other, I guess you could say, like I said, you know, a lot of other classic actors and things like that. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video here. Now, these 5 characters that I'm about to talk about in Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, these characters here remind me of other things that I like to do, you know, as far as probably movies, music, and games, and you know, that type of stuff. So let's get into this shit.
So special.
So first we're going to start with Jeffrey. Now, I have to say, Jeffrey doesn't really remind me of the reggae legend Bob Marley himself, but he does kind of give you that reggae feel. After all, you know, that is his favorite hobby on side of, you know, devil shark hunting. You know, he likes reggae music, and one thing about Jeffrey is, man, go and play Virtua Fighter 2 or 3 and listen to some damn reggae music and play with Jeffrey McWild, man. The shit is off the chain. You will love it, man. Everything that he's about, man, his hip style, it actually fits with reggae music. And that's what I like about Jeffrey. Jeffrey definitely reminds me of reggae music. And like I said before, go and play Virtua Fighter 2 and 3 with reggae music in your ear. Man, that motherfucking shit is tight. And with the exception of Virtua Fighter 1, all the way up until now, every single one of Jeffrey's fighting stages have been beach style island stages. And the point I'm trying to get is, every time I see a beach or an island setting, it could be another fighting game. That shit just reminds me of Jeffrey, because he has the perfect persona and personality for that type of environment.
So special.
Next, we're going to talk about Pai Chan and who she reminds me of. Now, with Pai Chan, it's kind of funny because the way Pai looks, the way she's created and structured, like, I'm into kung fu movies, as you can see into the background, so I'm familiar with a lot of classic female kung fu stars. Pai damn near reminds you of damn near all of them, but there is one specific classic Hong Kong film female actor that Pai Chan really reminds me of, and her name is Kara Hui. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Pai was made after her, because Pai reminds you of so many classic Hong Kong film female actors, but Kara Hui is just kind of like the perfect reminders. Like, they remind you of each other. And if you watch her movies and watch her movement, you could see a lot of Pai Chan in her, and vice versa. Like, when I'm playing with Pai Chan, it's like, damn, man, she got some Kara Hui type moves, man. And it's vice versa with Kara Hui in real life. So Pai Chan definitely reminds me of her the most, even though there's so many Hong Kong film female actors that you can take from that. I think Kara Hui is #1 when Pai Chan reminds me of her. And another thing too, there's a couple of movies that Kara Hui did where her character was actually named Pai, not Pai Chan, but her character was actually named Pai. So I thought that was kind of interesting to throw out there. But yeah, Pai Chan, she definitely reminds me of Hong Kong film superstar Kara Hui. Oh yeah, and Kara's still doing her thing today. So next, we're going to talk about the old dirty bastard Shun-Di. Now, this here with Shun-Di, now the difference between Shun-Di and Pai Chan, the person that Shun-Di reminds me of, Shun-Di comes from this person. And you know what? I don't care what nobody say. Shun-Di definitely comes from Simon Yen. Now, if you're not familiar with Simon Yen, of course he played with Jackie Chan in the original Drunken Master movie. The old man, I think his name's Sam the Seed, that's what they call him. Man, he's in a lot of movies, but you could definitely tell this is where Shun-Di comes from. He definitely comes from Simon Yen. There's just really no other old man character that will remind you. You know, there's no old man character that reminds you of Shun-Di but Simon Yen. And when Shun-Di came out for VF2, that was the first person I thought of. When I first seen Shun-Di for VF2, I was like, oh man, he looked like Sam the Seed. And hey, the similarities are there. Like the similarities even in the look as Shun-Di gradually, you know, graphics get better. You can just tell, man, Shun-Di is Simon Yen. I don't care what nobody say. Simon Yen, Shun-Di, this is where Shun-Di came from. And Shun-Di definitely reminds me of Simon Yen. Man, two great characters. Well, you know, Simon's real, but you know, the character Sam the Seed, two great Drunken Master characters. Love them both. Shun-Di definitely comes from Simon Yen. That's who he reminds me of. Now next we're going to talk about Lei Fei and who he reminds me of. Now, the thing I love about Lei Fei, before he was introduced in Virtua Fighter 4, you did not see any Shaolin monk characters. You did not see the bald, you know, Shaolin monk, Buddhist monk characters at all. And then Lei Fei comes on the scene and he practically changes that. And to be quite honest with you, you still don't see it today. You probably a Shaolin monk character, a pop up here and there, but you still don't see that today. And the thing with Lei Fei is, you know, there are a lot of Shaolin monk movies and books and stuff like that. But Lei Fei reminds me of my boy Gordon Liu, and the reason why is because Gordon kind of he let the world know about the whole Shaolin Kung Fu and what they were doing, because his movies just went, you know, international, and he became an icon. And I'm thinking that's where, you know, the idea of Lei Fei came from. He came from Gordon Liu, because Gordon Liu, he's made the most monk movies and nobody did it better than him. And if you watch Gordon in action in a lot of his monk movies, you can kind of see Lei Fei kind of favors him with, you know, movement and all that. The stances definitely come from Gordon's movies. And Lei Fei definitely reminds me of Gordon Liu. He pretty much is Gordon Liu if you really look at him. It's the, you know, very similar. But that's who Lei Fei reminds me of. And also too, this is not about Gordon Liu, but this is a movie right here. It's called The Shaolin Monk Fights Back. And the reason why I'm showing this movie is because I feel like with if it wasn't for Lei Fei, I wouldn't have got into this particular movie. And the reason for it is because this movie here kind of shows the secret behind the Shaolin power and where they get their energy and shit like that, and then, you know, how they're able to express and stuff like that. And, you know, I thank Lei Fei for this. I honestly thank Lei Fei for getting me into this movie. And for some strange reason, when I saw the movie in the store, I thought Lei Fei, even though it wasn't Gordon Liu or nothing like that. I was like, this looked like some Lei Fei shit right here. So I picked this movie up. It's one of the greatest monk movies ever, in my opinion. So Lei Fei definitely reminds me of people like Gordon Liu and a couple of specific Shaolin stories and movies. And finally, we're going to talk about gaohinugami. Now, y'all pretty much already know where I'm going to go with this. Now, here's the thing. Of course, the way gaohinugami is constructed, you know, he looks like a Yakuza character, right? So, I guess you could say, you know, he does remind me of Kazuma Kiryu, but it's really the other way around. I think this is where Kazuma Kiryu comes from. Of course, Gao was first, so I'm thinking, you know, gaohinugami is the character. I think, you know, how he was made, the influence of Yakuza came from this character, because if you look at Gao, look at Kazuma Kiryu, you could look at the similarities, man, you could look at the ferociousness. You know, Kazuma Kiryu, he's a character that just don't give a fuck, okay? Gaohinugami is the same way. They got pretty much the same moves. Kazuma has Gao's stomp, stuff like that, so they got similar moves. Like I said, Gaohinugami, this is where Kazuma Kiryu comes from, man. I'm no doubt about it. It's damn near fact. And you know, I guess you could say he reminds me of Kazuma, even though, you know, Kazuma Kiryu comes from him. But we already know Gaohinugami, he's the reason why Kazuma Kiryu exists. Facts. So family, let me know in the comment section below what Virtua Fighter character reminds you of who and what. Put it in the comment section and let me know your thoughts and feelings. Until then, thank you for watching. I honestly hope y'all enjoyed. God bless, stay safe. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown action on YouTube, period. And I'm gonna get back at you at the next video. My name is Demetrius. I am out. Peace.